Hello everyone, I am Shivani Patil. Welcome back to my channel Study Aim. In our today's video, we will see the topic inverse proportion of the 13th lesson, direct proportion and inverse proportion. Now, in today's video, we will understand this topic inverse proportion. So to understand it in a better way, we will go on with the example. So here example is given. Price of each book in rupees and the number of books that can be bought. So here price is 40 rupees, then 150 books can be bought. If it is 50 rupees, 120 books can be bought. If it is 60 rupees, 100 books can be bought. If it is 75 rupees, 80 books can be bought, and so on. So here we see that as the price of book is increasing, the number of books that can be bought is going on decreasing. In other words, we can say that here increasing in one quantity is causing decrease in the another one. So we can say that both quantities are in inverse proportion. So if two quantities are in inverse proportion, then x and y are, their product is going to be k. So we will take it as x and this is y. So x into y is always going to be k, and this k is always going to be the constant here. It is not going to change its value. So here x we will take as 40 into 150, which is going to give 6000. Then 50 into 120, which is again going to give 6000. Then 60 into 100, which is again going to give 6000, and 75 into 80, it is also going to give 6000, and so on. So here we got it that x into y is equal to always k in inverse proportion. Now, if we are dealing with quantities which are related inversely, then the rule which is used is x1 into y1 is equal to x2 into y2. So in the above example, x1 we will take it as 40 into 150, which is equal to 50 into 120. Then 50 into 120 is equal to 60 into 100. So all these are in the inverse proportion. I hope that you understood this concept. Now we will see some of the example based on this concept. The question is, if 200 students take 40 days to complete project, how much time will be taken by 250 students? So in this question it is given that 40 days are taken by 200 students to complete the project. So we need to find the time taken by 250 students to complete the project. So x is going to be the time taken by 250 students. So here number of students is 200. Then number of days taken, is 40, and here number of students is 250, and we need to find the number of days taken by them. So we will take it as x. So x1 y1 is equal to x2 y2. So here x is number of students and y is number of days. So x1 here is 200 into y1 is 40, which is equal to x2 is 250, and y2 we have taken it as x. So 200 into 40 upon 250 is equal to x. Then 4 8s are 32. So 32 days will be taken by that. So therefore 32 days will be taken by 250 students. Now let's solve the another example. Question is, 6 men can do a piece of work in 8 days. How long will it 8 men take? So in this question it is given that 6 men can do a work in 8 days. So we need to find out the time taken by 8 men to do the work. So let x be the time taken by 8 men. Okay, so here number of men is equal to 6 and time taken is equal to 8 days, and your number of men is 8 and we need to find the time taken, so we are taking it as x. As we know that 6 into 8 is equal to 8 into x, as this is in direct proportion. So 6 into 8 upon 8 is equal to x. So therefore 6 is the answer. Therefore 6 days will be taken by 8 men. I hope that you understand this question. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching this video.